Hello there, and welcome to our course. It is American Slang 101, the basics. And in the first lesson, we'll take a look at the common slang used in the first text, A Winter Weekend. I hope you've already seen the video of the AI-generated characters reading the text itself, and the text contains a lot of new terms. Words in orange are slang terms, while words in green are just additional vocabulary. So in this video, we're going to explore those orange words, the slang terms. Let's dive in. The first word is hang out. Hang out.
Why does he hang out with those retarded gorillas, as you call them?
Whether or not I want to hang out with them.
We would cut class and hang out all day and all night.
To hang out means to spend time with someone, usually in an informal setting or situation. In the reading, you could have seen this here. In a lively neighborhood, there lived a group of friends who loved to hang out and do winter sports. Here are some more examples. Why don't we hang out here in detention and not talk about it? That's from The Breakfast Club. Or let's go hang out on the patio. That's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So hanging out just means spending time with friends, usually just chilling. The next word is laid back.
The hostel was laid back, cool, and the kind of place where anything goes.
You're a tough New Yorker. Me, a laid-back California kind of guy.
You seem pretty laid back.
You give me that laid back, I'm doing my own thing, Jack attitude out there today, and you're gonna find yourself watching the game from the bench.
It means relaxed, easygoing, not stressed, just like this guy in the picture. Check him out. He is really laid back. But an important thing is, it's not about being relaxed in the moment. It's about who you are. It's a personality trait. So if you are a laid-back person, you are just generally chill, generally calm. So in the text, Max is described as a laid-back guy. Here are some other examples. He's pretty laid back about his exams, isn't he? This place is too laid back for my taste. So remember, laid back means easygoing, chill, as a person. That's a personality trait. Crush it.
I totally crushed it.
You guys crushed it.
Yes!
I killed it, man. I absolutely crushed it. I can't believe it.
It means to do something very well, to nail something. So, if you're crushing it, good for you. That means you are having a grand old time. You're just doing whatever you have to be doing, and you are doing it well. You crushed it on stage tonight. That's from A Star is Born. I've been training so hard, I'm gonna crush it at the marathon. So, if you're crushing it, awesome. Keep doing it. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Pardon my terrible singing, but you probably know this from a Ray Charles song.
So we're gonna have to hit the road for a few days.
Then hit the road.
I got that trailer. I'll get a truck. We'll hit the road.
Hit the road is an expression that means to leave a place or begin a journey. Usually people say that when someone needs to get going, or when they're suggesting that they go, or just when talking about trips in general. So, I gotta go. I need to hit the road. And in the text, the group of friends, including Max, decided to hit the road for a weekend of snowboarding. Remember that from the beginning of the story? Hit the road. Next up is in a pickle.
I got caught in a pickle.
Look, buddy, we're in a real pickle here.
You're definitely in a pickle, my friend.
In a pickle. So if you are in a pickle, you are stuck in a difficult situation. This is an interesting phrase. You see, pickles are salted cucumbers. However, this particular phrase, in a pickle, just means in a problematic situation. So it has nothing to do with actual pickles. In our story, Max was in a pickle after receiving that call from his mentor. We're in a bit of a pickle, aren't we? I'm in a pickle with my homework. So if someone is in a pickle, they're probably in a tough situation and they need to do something about it. Moving on, we have screw up.
How did you ever screw up so bad?
Jesus, you really screwed up.
Didn't screw up once.
It's a verb phrase, and it means to cause something to go wrong, to do something wrong, to make a mistake, basically. You can destroy or wreck something if you screw things up. The phrasal verb too. So, from the same sentence, you can see that Max, even though he was in a pickle, he didn't screw up that decision. He made the right choice. So, to screw up, again, means to make a mistake. You screw up this job, you're on your own, said one of the characters in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. I'm not going to screw up the best thing that ever happened to me. That's from Silver Linings Playbook. So, remember, try not to screw things up, especially when people are watching. Now, a rain check. Take a rain check.
Take a rain check on that.
Listen, turns out I gotta take a rain check on lunch today.
Thanks for the invite anyway. I think I'll have to take a rain check.
That means to postpone something you'd previously agreed upon. Basically, people say that when they have to cancel their plans because of something. So it means, oh, I can't do it now, I'm sorry. Let's do it next time. Or I'll come next time. I promise. In the story, Max took a rain check on the day's snowboarding trip because he had to go to the city, and he took a rain check. He promised his friends he'd be back, and he left. I'll take a rain check on that dinner invitation. Let's take a rain check on the baseball game. Actually, this expression comes from the world of baseball, and it's really quite simple. On rainy days, baseball matches would get canceled, and people would receive rain checks, which were essentially replacement tickets for the ones they had previously bought, so that they could come and see the game on another day. Next up, we have bummed out.
Yeah, everyone was totally bummed out.
Strange, you know, sometimes you seem sort of bummed out about your career, but you're so successful.
Look a little bummed out.
Yeah, she got really bummed out. But, you know, I shouldn't have done it at her mom's house.
Now, if you are bummed out, you're probably feeling rather unhappy or disappointed. In our story, Max's friends were initially bummed out by his decision to leave. But then, of course, they understood and supported him anyway. I was really bummed out when she moved away. Don't be so bummed out. It's just a game. So, folks, try not to be bummed out for too long. After all, life is too precious to spend too much time sulking and being unhappy. A piece of cake.
Oh, relax, fellas. This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Should be a piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
This one you may have heard elsewhere. But nevertheless, let's take a look. Of course, it means something that's really simple. So if your boss tells you that the job is going to be a piece of cake, well, you'd better hope he's right. In the reading, because Max was really good at coding, the tech fair event ended up being a piece of cake for him. This job is a piece of cake, said one of the characters in The Devil Wears Prada. If you study, the test will be a piece of cake. Same can be said about the test at the end of this lesson. Next, we have root for.
Hey, rooting for you, buddy. Good luck.
So, good luck, Francisco. We're all rooting for you.
And he's rooting for me in my next competition.
To root for means to support or cheer for someone in their activities. You can also root for something, not just a person, but also if you are trying to achieve something, you can root for it as well. People root for their favorite teams. People root for their favorite athletes. People root for their friends and family members. So rooting for somebody means supporting them and cheering for them. Like, yeah, go, go, go. In our story, Max's friends ended up watching his presentation through a live stream and rooting for Max from a distance. We'll be all rooting for you in the singing competition. I'm rooting for you to win the championship. So, if you love somebody, remember to be rooting for them all the time.
Your mom must be pretty stoked that you're not taking me.
I'm so stoked.
Act real stoked. Act real stoked.
Stoked. If you were stoked, you were really excited. So that night, as the group celebrated his victory over a FaceTime call, Max was stoked. So it just means happy, excited, euphoric even. So if you're stoked, you are really, really in a good mood. Sometimes people feel stoked when they know something good is going to happen. Or this could have happened already, and then they feel stoked. So it's an interesting emotion, but surely a positive one. I'm so stoked for the concert tonight. She was stoked to see her friends again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the last slang term of the lesson, and it is make the right call.
And you made the right call, removing Logan from this duty.
Skip, we made the right call.
It's critical I make the right call.
When you make the right call, you make a wise or right or correct decision in any given situation. So tell me, when did the main character in A Winter Weekend make the right call? Of course, he made the right call when he received a call and made the decision to take this opportunity and present his app at the tech fair. And even though this decision wasn't easy, it was the right one. Sometimes you have to make the right call, even if it's the hardest thing to do. I had to make the right call for myself, even if it disappointed others. So this is your laid-back instructor Kirill, signing off and wrapping it up. I'm stoked to see you next time, and try not to take any rain checks on the assignment at the end of this lesson. Make the right call. Peace.
Till we meet again.